Hello everyone, this is Roger. In this video, I will talk about basic entities modification in ZWCAD, in which I will introduce selection mode, grid add, modify commands and shortcuts. First of all, I will introduce selection mode. You can use your left mouse button to select objects in ZWCAD, or press Ctrl and A to select all the objects in the drawing. ZWCAD provides crossing window selection, window polygon selection, crossing polygon selection, and fence selection. In ZWCAD, all the selected objects will show grid points. You can left-click your mouse to use grid editing to add the vertex. Let's go to ZWCAD to take a look at what we just ran through. First, to select objects, we can use our left mouse button to click on the objects, or we can press Ctrl and A to select all the objects in the drawing. There are different selection modes in ZWCAD. We have crossing window selection. You can click your left mouse button, then move your mouse to the left to use crossing window selection. Crossing window selection shows in green by default. Objects inside the selection window or touch the edge of the window will be selected by crossing window selection. If we click our left mouse button and move the mouse to the right, there is window selection showing in blue by default. In window selection, objects must be completely inside the selection window in order to select them. Objects partially inside the selection window will not be selected. We can input ZWCT to activate select command, then type in WP to activate branch command, which is window polygon selection. For window polygon selection, we can draw polygon shape to select the objects inside the window. Similar to window selection, objects partially inside the selection window will not be selected. Input ZWCT, then input CP to activate branch command, which is crossing polygon selection. With crossing polygon selection, we can use polygon window to select objects inside the selection window or touch the edge of the window. There is also fence selection, which will select all the objects passed through by the polyline. We can input ZWCT command, then type in F to activate fence selection. Then we can start drawing the polyline to go across the objects we want to select. Press Enter when finished selecting. There are different modify commands to modify selected objects, such as move, copy, stretch, etc. And there are also rotate, offset, trim, extend, export, break, join, scale, mirror, chamfer, and fillet. You can use purge command to delete the unused items in the drawing, and you can use overkill command to delete the duplicate objects. In ZWCAD, you can create a rectangular array with array command. You can use array command to create a path array, or you can create a polar array with array command. Let's go to ZWCAD to try some of these commands. You can find modify commands through modify on the menu. Here are the modify commands, or from modify on the ribbon. We can move the entity with move command. Input shortcut key M, then select the staircase. Press Enter. Specify a base point to move the stairs, then specify the distance. Input shortcut key CO for copy command. Select the stairs, then press Enter. Specify a base point for copying, then select the second point for placement. We can copy the stairs to another side of the stairwell. Input shortcut key S to stretch the table with stretch command. Select the table with crossing window selection. Press Enter, then select a base point for stretching. We can stretch the table to another point. To rotate the entities with rotate command, for example, the chair, we can input shortcut key RO, select the chair and press Enter. Then select a base point to rotate. This base point can be seen as the center point for rotation. Move the mouse to rotate the chair, or enter a number for angle. For example, 30 degrees, to rotate the chair by 30 degrees. Input shortcut key O to use offset command to offset the glass panel. Specify the offset distance by entering a number. or we can specify the distance by clicking 2 points as the distance. Then left-click the window panel to select the object, and left-click a desired direction again to place the panel. We can input shortcut key TR to trim the lines. Select one or multiple lines as cutting edges. Press Enter. Then choose a segment of line to trim. We can input shortcut key EX to extend selected object. Select a line for boundary. Press Enter. Then select a line to extend to the boundary. To break selected component object, for example, the walls, we can input shortcut key X to break the walls into separate components. With shortcut key BR, we can break the selected entity between 2 points. Choose an entity. This also specifies the first point on the entity. Then, specify the second point on the entity. ZWCAD will break the entity between these 2 points. Input shortcut key J to use join command. We can select 2 separate lines to join the step back to a polyline. Input shortcut key SC to activate scale command to enlarge or reduce the scale of the selected object. We can select the tree. Press Enter to specify a base point to scale. Then we can input a number for scale factor to enlarge or reduce the scale of the tree. For example, 1.25. Press Enter. We can enlarge the tree by 1.25 scale factor. Input shortcut key MI to use mirror command. We can mirror the chair to the other side of the table. Select the chair. Press Enter to specify the first and second point of mirror line. Choose whether to delete the source objects. Choose No, so we can keep the original chair and copy mirror the chair to another side of the table. Input shortcut key CHA to create a chamfer for selected objects with chamfer command. With chamfer command, we can modify the corner of the table. Input shortcut key M for branch command. We can activate angle method. Input a number to specify the length on the first line. Then input a number for the angle to the first line. Choose the first line, then select the second object. We have created a 45 angle cutting table edge. Input shortcut key F to create a fillet for the selected objects with fillet command. Similar to chamfer command, we can modify the corner of the table to a round corner. Input R to activate branch command radius. Then we can input a number for fillet radius. Choose the first line, then select the second object. We have created a round edge for the table with 100 mm radius. We can input shortcut key PU to use purge command to delete the unused items in the drawing. In the promoted purge window, you can switch to view whether to display items you can or cannot purge. Then you are able to find the summary of the objects in the below window. Select the item you want to purge or choose Purge All. ZWCAD will show purged items in the command line. You can use Overkill to delete duplicate objects. Input shortcut key OV to select the objects. Click Enter to open Delete Duplicate Object settings. You can select the type of duplicate objects to delete from below. Click OK when finished. ZWCAD will show all the delete duplicate objects in command line. To create a rectangular array, we can use rectangular array, which we can find from array in Modify on the menu, or from Modify on the ribbon. Or we can input shortcut key AR to use array command. Select the object we want to create rectangular array. Press Enter, then input REC for branch command to activate rectangular array. We can draw the arrows to adjust the columns and rows of the array, or we can modify the columns and rows and spacing on the ribbon. To create a path array, draw a path for path array first. Then input shortcut key AR to use array command. Select the objects and press Enter to select the branch command. Input PA for branch command to use path array. Select the path we just created, then we can adjust the array on the ribbon. To create a polar array, input shortcut key AR to use array command. Select the object and press enter to select our branch command. Input PO for polar array. Specify a center point for polar array, then we can adjust the array on the ribbon. Now we have finished basic entities modification. Thank you for watching.